So I've been meaning to make a video for a while for lots of reasons. And I had a lot of ideas, but I didn't know what one to make, and then I kind of just lost all motivation for whatever reason. So I asked on Twitter for people to ask me questions, and you guys came through. So I'm gonna do a Q&A, but first I've got to get organized, and honestly, I have to get dressed. So yeah. Thing keeps falling, but I think I have it stabilized now. Yeah, so I've adjusted the lighting a little bit because it's kind of gray and cloudy outside. I got dressed. Yay! And we're gonna film a little video. We're gonna do a Q&A because it's just one of those days. First question is from Nirali at Fireword Sparkler, and she asks, how's work? Life? Everything! Tell me everything! And I mean, I don't know that we really have time for all that. Work is non-existent. Yeah, so I was talking in my last video about being really excited for this job that I got, and it was a temp job. I knew that going in, but it got cut short, so I'm not working there anymore. Yeah, and that kind of sucks because I was really excited for that job, which you probably could see in the video, but there's not much I can do about it. Life and everything is kind of colored by the fact that I don't have a job right now, but besides that, I'm doing pretty good, I guess. Yeah. Next question. My friend Ute, asked a bunch of questions to get me to the point where I would for sure be doing this video, which I totally appreciate. So I'm not actually going to answer every single one of her questions, because she asked like 6. So I'm just picking and choosing a couple that I have answers to, I guess. And the first one that I'm going to answer, let me find it in here so I can get the words right. So, Ute at Scratching Cat on Twitter, you find a strange banknote in a currency that you don't know. The value on it is quite high. What would you do with it? So, first of all, I'm going to figure out where it's from, because sometimes sometimes a really high number bank currency still doesn't translate to that much money, depending on how much the currency is weighted, which is just a curiosity thing more than anything. I don't think it would affect what I'm actually going to do with it, which is try and figure out who lost it. So figuring out where it comes from, if I know anyone, or if anyone around me is from that place or has recently visited that place and trying to return it to the original owner if I can. But honestly, if I can't figure out who owns it and there's no one to take it, then I just keep it. Okay, next question. My friend Paul also asked a couple of questions. One of them is, so Paul at Paladin, who is your favorite showrunner of all time, and who's your favorite of the last year or two? This is a really hard question because a lot of the showrunners and like people who I really respect their work, I also find them to be really problematic humans. Or there are parts of their work that I find really problematic, and so I don't want to say that they're my favorite. Like, my instinct is definitely to say Aaron Sorkin, but I don't love the way that he writes women. I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, actually. I think Aaron Sorkin writes all his characters primarily as characters, but his women tend to be like heightened in a weird way that I find unbelievable and also frustrating. So there's that. Yeah. Favorite showrunner of all time? I don't know. I am struggling to come up with an answer of a favorite showrunner who I want to like actually endorse their work. And I can't. But favorite showrunner of the last year or two is probably the showrunner for Code Black, which is one of my favorite shows that hasn't been airing yet. They're going to be airing in January time, and the showrunner of that show is Michael Sietsman, I think is his name, and that's purely based on the show. I actually don't know much about him or what else he's done. So based on that one show, right now, that. Or my other favorite show is probably Madam Secretary, and I think the showrunner for that show is Barbra Hall. Again, I don't know what else she's done or what else she has work-wise or personal life-wise, but I really, really like the show, and I hope that she is also great. So there you go. There's two people that I'm really liking right now. A couple like smaller, inconsequential quick questions. Ute asks raincoat or umbrella. Raincoat if I'm going to be outside and walking around a lot. Umbrella if I'm in the city and just walking like to and from my car or to and from different buildings. Mermaid Queen at MerQueenJude on Twitter has two questions. One is, what is your favorite cookie? And my answer to that is black and white cookies. Second question is, what would be your superpower of choice? And my answer to this is always invisibility, because I am a snoop and I just want to know everything that people do when they think someone's not looking. So I would want to be invisible and find out. Yep. My friend Colleen has a question that I don't feel like I have a good answer to, but I want to ask it and like So Colleen Thierson at Liberal Thinking Online on Twitter asks, who is a person alive before the year 1900 whose story/life interests you or surprises you? I don't know. I want to have like a super cool, fun answer to this, but all the people that I can think of are like more recent history, or the cast of Hamilton. Not like the cast, but like the characters in Hamilton. So, yeah. Yeah, so all the people that I'm thinking of were like alive and like born before 1900, but like not by a lot, and are famous and well known for things that they did after 1900. So I feel like that's cheating a little bit, but I think my answer is gonna be Amelia Earhart, because I think she's really cool, and also I want to know what happened to her. Yeah, Amelia Earhart. Okay, and then I want to answer one more question from Ute. And I think I'm going to answer this one. What does your most favorite Sunday afternoon look like? And I feel like I live my favorite Sunday afternoons like a lot, because pretty much it's just going to lunch after church and spending time with people I love, and then coming home to watch some TV or make really good food. And that's kind of like what I do most Sundays. So yeah, I like food. Like realizing that both of the two, like kind of both of the things that I just said revolve around food. But what can I say? I really like food. I'm also going to answer this other question from Paul, which is, what is the biggest change in your life this year that others may not have been able to see? And this is actually something that I was also talking about with some friends of mine last night, and it's frustrating because I feel like outside, like, there's not a lot that's changed in my life. Not even in like the past year, but in the past 2 years. And that's been really frustrating to feel like not much has changed. And so even like thinking about it, what has changed, like, with me personally and stuff that people might not be able to see, because there aren't a whole lot of big outside changes. It feels like any changes inside are also like really small. At least I feel like they're really small. But for some reason, the biggest change I feel like has been that I've stopped like planning in the same way that I used to. I used to have these like really big plans, and like every day I would be like, oh, I'm gonna get all these things done, and I'm gonna like try and do all these things, and I haven't been doing that as much lately, partly because it was just getting really frustrating to make plans to do a bunch of stuff and then not actually follow through on those plans, because that was happening a lot for me. And then another reason that I haven't been making plans as much is because I feel like there's a lot in my life right now that I don't feel like I'm in control of. And so I've been struggling to figure out how to take back control of my life. So I haven't been making plans in the same way because I'm needing to rethink how I set goals. And that's definitely like still in the process of a thing that I'm doing. Yay. And then one more question, and this is from Troy R. at, oh my goodness, I see this name all the time. This is like a person that I know, but I have no idea how to pronounce your screen name. So, I'm sorry. Kujumoyas? Is that how you pronounce it? Please tell me. And he just asks, how's your heart today? And the answer to that is heavy. Which is not like a super fun way to end a video, but that's the last question. So that's how I'll be ending the video. So yeah, that's all I've got, really. I want to be making more videos. I want to be doing more things, but like I said, planning things and following through on those plans have been a bit of a struggle for me recently. So I don't know how this will go, but hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye guys. Oh, and I guess like you can like this video and subscribe to my channel and like ask me any questions that you might have for a future Q&A in the comments. Yeah. So there you go. Feel free to leave your answers to any of these questions in the comments down below as well, because why not? It could be fun. Okay, bye for real.